There was once a lovely old pub out in the country, where friends and families came from all across town. The pub was purchased by a new owner whose plans for the pub included putting in poker machines. This made many in the community upset. They didn't want to lose this piece of local history, and they didn't want poker machines in their town.
My family and I like to use the commercial hotel at the moment because it is the only place, the only hotel in the whole city of Whittlesea that currently doesn't have pokies. And you don't have to expose your family or friends or children or grandchildren to pokies.
On gambling, families suffer. Therefore, there's no money to go around for other, needs.
Well, I certainly wouldn't use the commercial hotel again. I also think that institutions like that have serviced the community and have had the community service them have a civic responsibility as well. So where you're putting something like gambling in, you're creating social issues, you're creating pressure for families. So I also feel that the hotel is letting down the community by putting something like that in as well. So I'd be very disappointed, and I certainly wouldn't use it.
A commercial hotel has poker machines, then basically wherever you go they'll always be there, and that will basically kind of proliferate and exacerbate the whole damages that their poker machines cause.
There's 11 schools within this area here. These kids are going to go past every day and they think it's normal to see a venue where you can go and gamble. I think that is bloody disgusting.
Many in the town wondered what they could do to stop the poker machines. They decided to ask other members of their community what they thought. They talked to friends in cafes. They talked to parents at the school. Most importantly, they started a conversation about poker machines and the impact they would have on their local community. They looked at other communities and how they had stopped pokies coming into their towns. And they spoke to the council and their local councillors about what they could do to stop this happening to their lovely old pub. Concerned members of the community asked everybody if they would like to object to the council for the planning permit for the poker machines. Lots of people joined in. They phoned their friends and neighbours. They did a letterbox drop and they door knocked. In the end, the council received hundreds of objections to the planning permit, all outlining why they didn't want poker machines and what it would do to their local pub. Faced with such strong opposition, the council voted against the planning permit. The owners of the pub weren't happy, so they appealed the case to VCAT. So the community started all over again. They weren't going to give up. They had been heard once. They knew that they could be heard again. They got everyone to submit a statement of grounds to VCAT explaining why poker machines were harmful to their local community. Several community members went to VCAT and made submissions. Others went with boards and placards to support them. The VCAT commissioners took into account how this community felt about their local pub and how much they didn't want to see these poker machines go into their neighbourhood. In the end, the VCAT commissioners denied the permit and the pub continued to operate as it always had. So, what can you do if you see poker machines as a threat to your community? Start the conversation and participate in the process. The strength of a community comes from within. Each action might be small, but together, it's hard to ignore.